So you said Barry White was less sexually aggressive than Marvin Gaye.
Uh, Off record, yes. Off wax, yes. On wax, I mean, Barry White was, what was he? Who's an equivalent to Barry White? Was he like the Trey Songs or uh who's known for like the Sex Jam? He was a one man Jodeci.
Without the crack though.
Yeah, without the drugs.
I think drugs make it better though. Just like when Bobby Brown was like, "Yo, like this man is really into his craft. Like he's sweating profusely. Like he's dancing so much and singing. Like yo, he's just talented." It's like that's true, but cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, and you just it's wild when you start singing about love songs while you sticking right now.
Yo, that's I don't know how it is to sing and perform at the same time, but I would think that's hard as shit. And the way that Bobby Brown and Chris Brown did, I'm like, okay, it's got to be cocaine. Like it can't all just be talent. Like bro, like you got to have that extra edge. It's like being a baseball player. Like yeah, you could be cold and be Mark McGuire, but you could be Mark McGuire like cold as fuck if you get these PEDs.
Yeah, I think there was a story about some singers using steroids because not everybody got the Jacksons where they can just dance for 4 hours, or Beyonce where she can dance for 4 hours and look flawless.
No pun intended. With
Yeah, no, no,
I'm
pun intended, pun intended.
that works because Beehive, we got love for them. But I think with MJ and them, it was just like, yo, that's sad. I say MJ and them when initially they were just the Jackson Five. So with the Jackson Five, I think it was just that ass whooping they were scared of.
Yeah,
Even when they
yeah,
became teenagers and adults, it was like they did the reunion show, the Motown reunion show when Michael Jackson first did Billie Jean. It was kind of like still that whole thing, like, bruh, Joseph is back there with a belt. We still got to perform well. It's like, nah, my nigga, like we 22.
yeah. Like, man, if you go watch some of the old concert footage of the Jacksons, the Jackson Five, Jackie and Randy out there sweating like a motherfucker. And like they had the Jerry curls at the time. Like, man, one spark and it was a grease fire.
Dude with like silk outfits, like this ain't cotton, bruh.
Yeah. Like, I okay, because they used to have like pyro and like much hotter lights back then because they didn't have the LEDs. So like those tungsten and all those like coiled light bulbs where there was like them 600 watts, 700 watts, 1K, 4K, 5K, 10Ks on them. Then they got Jerry curls. Then they sweating. You had to have like a few bags of sand over there just in case something like a light bust and some sparks fly and get on them. Cause you're right, like they was greasy, they was sweaty, and they had that flammable fabric on. Man, that was dangerous. That's the level of extreme sports that modern entertainers will not entertain anymore.
No, it was a whole nother level. It was like I understand why they did drugs, and you need something. It's like when you go through all that, and then when you really have like real groupies, like nowadays they got like Instagram women that follow them, like all these rappers. But back then it was like ain't no Instagram. I'm coming to your hotel. You can use a fake name, but I know it's you.
Yeah, yeah,
Like like hype man. Like think about this. Flavor Flav got like 10 kids. I think literally he has 10 kids. It was a different level back then.
yeah, man. Like he was getting the booty off of Public Enemy records.
And you wouldn't think those type of guys would get some. Like you would think, like if I'm making something like Fight the Power, Terminator X, Can't Trust It,
Yeah,
you're
like
not gonna
don't
get no
believe the
groupies.
hype, and 911 is a joke. Like, yo, they out here for the people.
Burn Hollywood, burn, but yet you could have been in the. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch that. They was getting groupies. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Around the world, mind you, around the world. Like they was in Germany, probably having white women that speak little to no English, singing these songs like "fuck the white man," and they was getting fucked by a black man.
Yeah, like imagine being in France singing Night of the Living Bassheads. Like it's wild.
What this bass head? What is
Wild.
this bass head?
Yeah. And it was like, man, Public Enemy was we need to appreciate them more, man, because um I I gotta agree. I forgot. I think Bomani Jones or someone else on Twitter said this was just like there has never been another group like Public Enemy. Like,
Of course not.
but the thing is, like, I'm just talking about like, I mean, the closest thing we had was Dead Prez.
Yeah, and the record labels, I think they were in Interscope. They were not letting that fly.
Nah, most tried it with the New Danger, but
Yeah.
yeah, man.
But we was like, that's most. That's like that. You know, it's pretty Flacco. It's cool. It's And then when you hear like Mos Def is one of my favorite rappers ever. Don't get me wrong, but when you hear Mos, you like, bro, you're not gonna scare no damn body. But when you hear Chuck D, who by the way follows me on Twitter, which is random as hell, when you hear Chuck D just rapping, you like, I want to either fight somebody or I'm probably about to get jumped by all these Black Panther 2 members that's on stage.
Yeah, like I think people forget that It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back is not the first Public Enemy album.
It's
It
not
was Yo Bum Rush the
the
Show.
show. Right.
And I mean, admittedly, it wasn't a spectacular album, but it was also terrifying. Like Public Enemy, and you got to think about this. Public Enemy was just as scary. The way, okay, NWA was the people you were afraid of walking into and seeing, in like the hood and stuff for white people. That was like, you know, the boogeyman of the hood to white people was NWA. Public Enemy was the boogeyman to black people getting their shit together.
Oh, absolutely.
Like telling the truth about these things. Now, Public Enemy does have some wild ideas, particularly Chuck D, who thinks white people were made in a lab by Dr. Yakubian.
I thought that was no. That's maybe Chuck said it as well. That's Professor Griff that says that.
Chuck believes it too.
Oh, really? I haven't heard Chuck say that. I should hit him up and ask him about that. Just be like I'm pretty sure somebody follow you to DM and get there faster. Like, yeah. It'd be like, oh, legend, OG. Do you really believe that? Like, I'm not going. If he say yes, you think I'm gonna sit up there and argue with Chuck D?
No. Never. I'm not even here to argue with Chuck D. I just think it's a wild thing that he believes that.
What is he? Yeah, 50? He about 55-year-old. He's a 55-year-old man from Staten Island. Come on, man. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, man, like our 80s legends is hitting 60 and stuff now. Like Ice-T, I think is 60.
Yeah, but I think he is a fresh 60.
Yeah, you know the cold part about that?
What?
Ain't nobody trying to run up on Ice-T still.
I mean, if people want to find out what's up, just listen to the Breakfast Club interview. When he said, I just like going to work, going to set,
yeah, man,
eating a sandwich and playing Xbox, which made me really question a lot of things. And like, but I'm not going to argue with him about Xbox and be with my daughter. I said, okay, that's good enough.
Yeah, man. He got, he had, what was her name? Darlene. Had a child with her. It didn't work out with her. I mean, they cool now, I think. And then got with Coco, got on Law and Order, and was like, you know what? This is the life for me, man. It's the life for me.
Right, because even at my age, I'm like 20-some years younger than him. I'm like, yeah, I feel the same way. Minus the whole Xbox thing, just, PlayStation, but to each his own.
Yeah.
We got to introduce the podcast too. This is Watch Talk.
Watch Talk Radio.
We should
What's
stop.
this?
You know what? I'm with it. Just fuck it. I don't need to do an intro, but we got to do an intro. But
Yeah,
Watch
I
Talk
mean,
Radio.
yeah. Since y'all here, welcome. It's episode 11. I'm back in the car in traffic. LA traffic is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing if you are native to it. If you're not, then this is terrible. But if you were born and lived through all of this is just part of life.
Yeah, LA traffic is the reason why so much white rage in LA.
Nah, that's not it. It's too many non-white people here for them. Like the way, okay, you know how white people feel about black people in the South?
Yeah,
That's how white people feel about Latino people out here.
that's true. But yet they still like to eat tacos all the
Oh
time.
no, I I I told my fiance who was Mexican, I was like, out here in Southern California, Latino people are like third or fourth on the list who love tacos. Like number one is white surfers.
White servers? I thought just white people in general. They all like. I knew white people love Mexican food when they made god awful Chipotle.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Chipotle, I don't think a human's supposed to eat that. That's how I knew they taste buds was different. I'm like, yo, y'all eat this? Like, I've been broke many a days. I've never had $7.94 to go get a burrito. Like, I never wanted a burrito that bad from Chipotle. I'm like, with $7.94, I could go hit the truck, many of the trucks that's out here in LA, and be like,
yeah,
yeah, let me get that one asada burrito for $5.
yeah. And Javier is gonna hook it up.
Easy. And he be
Yeah.
out there at 2 a.m. if it's a weekend.
Oh yeah, yeah. If it's lit, it's gonna be him and Rosa out there.
He said Rose. I met one Latin in my life, and she was from the OC, and you wouldn't think she's Latin. Named Rosa. That's funny.
But oh man, it's them and the tamale lady.
Dude.
Tamale.
They'll never know
Yeah.
because they never came outside. That wasn't that part of town. If you wasn't
Yeah.
that part of town, like a lot of our listeners that's gonna check this out, unless you from that side of town and you was outside, you don't know.
Nope. Or if you're not going to the right spots in downtown, like if you catching that shuttle up to the Dodger game from Union Station, yeah, Maria out there with the tamales, she gonna hook you up real nice. You take care of her, you be real nice to her, she'll get familiar with who you are. She'll get you the fat ones.
Right. When she think you ain't a cop, like you about to snitch, but like she don't have a permit to sell food. Like, bruh, how you get the
Yeah.
permit?
All right, let's do it there. We're gonna do the lightning round right now. We're gonna try this out. We're just gonna name a bunch of things. We're gonna give a little background on it for all those listening, and then we're just gonna give a quick take on it and move on to the next thing. And I didn't have this down, but let's talk about these people. These are some lightning round to watch people. All them people that be calling the police on the street vendors, like the hot dog lady or the mango man. Like, dude, really? Like, yo, you know
The
how much
pol-
food costs in the store?
I mean, I saw a podcast say earlier. They basically said white people have made the police customer service show.
They really have. Like, okay, I wouldn't call the police on the ones who don't have ice because that's the big tell of who's good and who's not. Like, if they can afford the cooler with the ice and keep it like nice and cold, yeah, rock with them. But if they out there like and it's just hot and there's no ice in sight, and that watermelon starting to look like smushed up brain matter, don't do it. Don't do it, man. But you're right. White people have turned this into customer service. because they just out here calling the police on anything. Like, god damn, you know what's gonna have to happen though?
The police got to shoot him.
We gonna have to start. Not just that. We gonna have to black people, Latino people. We gonna have to start just going back to Target, and we gonna have to start going to Walmart.
Okay.
Go to Walmart.
All two of the Walmarts in LA.
Yeah, buy something from Target. Go to a suburban Walmart and try and return something, and when they don't accept it, call the police.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Especially you said Walmart. If you would have said Target, I understand. Walmart, it's like, bro, it's like two I could think of off the top of my head, and like one in the OC across the way from like Disneyland. That's it.
That's true. We gotta find, or just call Amazon.
Oh, they'll respond in 2 seconds, and they'll probably drop like a package down from a drone. Like Amazon, yo, when I found out the other day, I think like most people, their owner or the CEO is worth $100 billion. I question a lot of things in life.
Yeah, man.
When somebody makes billions, I'm like, all right, you know, you did like you got the bags and you did a couple of hustles and stuff like that. But nigga, when you make 150 billion, what do you need?
Well, he's just gonna start doing weird shit now, like infiltrating people Alexas for like an hour just to talk to them. It ain't even gonna be like trying to indoctrinate them. You just gonna sit there and talk. You're like, yo, what's up? It's Jeff Bezos. Alexa will be back in an hour. I'm just bored, yo. I got $150 billion. What the fuck I'm supposed to do other than this?
See, now I don't want to put my tinfoil hat on, but I think he's always been doing that, or somebody have.
Yeah, there's that. There was the Alexa with the evil laugh for a minute. That was Jeff Bezos just laughing at y'all.
I didn't know.
He was like, I got y'all money. I got y'all money.
Yo, I didn't know about that one. That's funny.
What's the dumbest thing you've ever shouted at Alexa or like Google?
I've never
that
met
you've asked out loud.
I never met that bitch Alexa. I never met that bitch Alexa, so I've not shouted anything at her.
All right, let's move through the lightning round. We getting off topic as usual,
but it's fine. This is what you can do when you have your own podcast. We can do whatever we want because it's ours. If we want to talk for 2.5 hours, I'm pretty sure we could do that. A lot of podcasts do it.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go back through the lightning round because the heavy shit is funny today.
Oh, a lot of stuff is funny to me.
Let's talk about Papa John saying that he was pressured into saying nigger. like
it felt like the Boondocks episode. He calls me nigga. He calls everybody nigga. Can a nigga pour or fry?
Yeah, and it was like, who the fuck was in that boardroom? Sam Jackson?
And like, it's not even like you using GGA. Like if you use GGA, I'll still be hot. But I'll be like, all right, this nigga just, I mean, maybe he really likes Ice Cube. But when the nigga said the hard ER, I said, hey, bruh, you might want to turn that down if your pizza ain't fire.
Yeah, your pizza's trash.
And that's like, that's what the concessions say. Like, bro, it's like, that's what everybody is saying. Like, this shit is weak. So,
yeah. But it's I mean, if that's your excuse, you gotta fire him off the strength of just that. My man's is weak because this is the third time he done said something like real, like, oh, it's not my fault. Like,
you got Tourette's? What the fuck?
Yeah, like at the top of this decade when Obamacare got passed, he tried to like say, oh, well, we got to raise our prices by 50 cents, everything because Obamacare happened, and you know, now to make sure our employees are taken better care of, we got to raise the price. And someone on Reddit who worked at Papa John's was like, nah, this nigga sent out the new menus 2 weeks before. He was going to raise them regardless.
The nigga raised the health care. So, you know, we gotta step it up. We gotta put the prices on this trash ass watered down, and the words applies is medicine sauce pizza for 50 cents. Nigga, 50 cents more to kill me? Thank you.
Yeah, and let's be real. How much pressure was put on him to say nigger? Like, was it just like, hey, come on, all right, fine, nigger, or was it like, look, you gonna say this? You gonna say it now? You ain't getting off this phone unless you say it.
Bro, like somebody had to
Right now,
come with that.
it was like, your ass is old. I can star 69 you. You'll pick up.
Motherfucker was getting like trash bags, or he was getting brown bags with shit in it, lit on fire at his front door. And then inside the notice, if it didn't burn fully, somebody just said, say nigger. All right. As long as you kids can stop doing these pranks, damn it. Dennis, like Dennis the Menace prank.
It just felt like he said it in a way where like I felt like someone was just like, you know, he was about to say it and he was like, nah, let me chill. And someone's like, oh, John, relax. And he's like, oh, fine. Nigger.
What did he say on the conference call? It was just basically like, without even censoring himself, he basically just went full Hulk Hogan with the shit. And it was like, hey, bro, you know you can kind of like censor yourself because you on a call. Like you on a business call, bro.
There's multiple people on this line, my guy. It's a culmination of people on this line. And you up like, here
just blurting it out. And it's like, don't get us wrong. Like, you mean to tell me Domino's and Pizza Hut ain't saying nigga? Like, and they in the hood, so you know they saying nigga all the time. Especially Pizza Hut.
They say it very loudly. You know how they do it? They stop delivering to your house. Like, oh, we don't deliver. Yeah, it's just like, oh, we don't deliver to that area anymore. You have to pick up. It's like, are we not in the area anymore? Yeah, you are. We just don't deliver in that area anymore. Like, wait, what happened?
And they never honest about it either. They just kind of say, I had a pizza man when I ordered. I hate Pizza Hut, by the way, but last time I ordered trash ass pizza, they were literally, I can't make this shit up. They were like 2 blocks down on Vermont, and I tried to call them, and it was like 7, 8 o'clock ish, and they was like, we cannot do it. I said, bruh, I like walking distance. I just don't want to go outside the apartment. It's too dangerous. And I'm like, fair enough.
I was like, it's same here, but you get paid to do it.
Right, like if I step outside, it's gonna be all cool. Like, oh, this nigga just going to get some pizza. Let's not bang on him. Let's not harass him for going outside to go get a pizza.
No, he's just hungry. Right. Go ahead, young Negro. Nourish yourself.
And if they were smart, they'll wait till I come back to attempt to rob me, and it still wouldn't work.
Well, it depends. Are they hungry or are they broke?
I think both. I'm pretty. It's pretty safe to say that gang members are both broke and hungry, unless you're a rapper gang member. And you move to Calabasas.
Yeah, because they probably would have robbed you on the way, because on number 2 on the list of people in Southern California who love tacos more than Latino people, hood niggas. So they would have robbed you and went and got some tacos.
Wait, ground beef tacos, sir?
Yeah. No, there's a spot.
That has ground beef tacos?
Yeah, they would have got the burger meat tacos.
Oh, well, see, you talking about that heaven spot. I don't know if you want me to shout them out or not, but they looked out for me a couple of times. Maybe they might give us free advertisement. Imagine we get free advertisement from them.
That would, it's an advertisement.
That would be great. And what comes with the deal? Like, I don't think I should eat this every day, but once a week is good enough.
Yeah.
Damn, I really want to go right now. Okay, let's move. I really want to go there right now.
Let's go to the next one. Let's talk about. All right, if y'all don't know, Charlemagne been getting into a lot of trouble with people lately. It's not unusual, but this one is about him. Like, people have been bringing Charlemagne raped somebody. or allegedly raped somebody. And I've seen some people try and brush it away and say that like, you know, he talked about this and he did it, and it sounded sketchy. And I was like, I don't really know what to make of this. This just sounds bad. But then someone brought up him on his own podcast talking about the time he put Spanish fly in a girl's drink and didn't tell her, and then had sex with her. And then sometime later in a different podcast, on his own podcast, but a different episode, he also spoke about his first sexual encounter with his wife. She was basically passed out, or at the very least, not coherent enough to say yes. Yeah. Oh, I mean,
I swear I read something else, and I'm trying to get it right before I say anything about it. Didn't they say something else about an underage girl?
I don't know anything about that one, so I can't speak.
My thing is
And
this. Okay, I think I did find it. Yeah, 17-year-old. Yeah. So at the time of the alleged assault, Reed was only 15 years old. Charlemagne ultimately pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of contributing to the delinquency of a minor and was sentenced to 3 years of probation. Reed is now claiming that she's looking for closure. Of course, the incident happened in South Carolina because that's not the most craziest thing to happen in the South. They have worse cases than that, but we don't need to speak upon that.
Nope.
Now, a lot of woke Twitter people, of course, that they come out when something they feel like it's unfair. They can't speak every day unless something's being unfair and it's not being justified for an entertainer. They don't never come out when it's a public figure actually doing something in their local area, like an ambassador or a councilman. It's never nothing like that. If it's a fucking entertainer, that's when woke Twitter comes out. All right. So apparently woke Twitter is like, because he got a show on Showtime, now all these accusations are coming up. Hey man, the shit that he was saying, he said on DJ Vlad TV, a culture vulture, and it was there years ago.
Yeah. No. And this is all I'll say about it. I don't know who they speaking on, and like, look, man, if you want to speak on just entertainers, then they themselves might be entertainers. I don't know.
But how big is woke Twitter? Like 2 people? At this point, I'm very convinced it's only like 2 people.
I don't really, I don't know what it is. Like, I'm not really concerned with woke Twitter in that way because they exist in their space, and sometimes they say things that I agree with, sometimes they say things that I don't. I'm not really interested in their take per se. The thing I'm most interested in with this one is how messy is too messy? You know what I mean?
Enough where somebody's legal name is out there, like this young lady, and enough where it just makes you look bad, and you kind of like, all right, I have nothing really to say. I understand the whole thing of not needing to justify what's going on with me because it's out there, but at the same time, I need to say something. If it keeps happening day after day after day, eventually, I mean, you got to just be like, all right, this is enough.
That's the wild thing is, this was him just talking off the strength of his own stuff. Like, this was podcasts that happened years ago. So this wasn't like it just came out and he just started talking about it now. He's been talking about this for a while. And that's what I'm trying to figure out is like, yo, y'all really want to live this messy life? Where it's just like that level of messy.
Right, like I just said, like this stuff was, and you just highlighted as well. It's on DJ Vlad's TV, like his
Yeah.
YouTube channel. Like I don't know what to say. It's there, like, and I think because people are so used to him talking shit or he says stuff and it goes over people's head. It's like, bruh, when does a subliminal stop being subliminal? Okay, after you say it 50 times, it's like, bruh, I think you just telling the truth. Like R. Kelly song. The nigga made age ain't nothing but a number, got married to a young Aaliyah. Then after that, it just a culmination of I mess with young girls and making freaky ass songs, and then y'all just swept it away. It's like, hey man, think these niggas been telling you the whole time, bro.
Well, that's the funny thing. What is Charlemagne step in the name of love? Because I can see how it got. R. Kelly may step in the name of love, and I believe I can fly. Every time we was ready to like really shit on R. Kelly, he made one of the greatest songs ever, and we just kind of backed back.
Right.
Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, is it making Lil Mama cry? Is it
No, it's definitely
like,
the he definitely that's a story of Aiden right now. I mean, yeah, that's the story of Aiden. It's like, hey, bro. I mean, somebody come after you, you still. I'm a big firm believer in if somebody come after you. Well, I'll take the Jay-Z route. I just won't say nothing. I'll let the shit just accumulate over time, and then I'll bounce back. But his story of Aiden might be the little mama thing because it was like, bro, you didn't have to say that.
yeah,
Or in the R. Kelly way, maybe the Jocelyn when he called her a woman, which is foul too, because you supposed to be another one of these woke guys that's supposed to be defending black women, but yet, and I will talk about Azealia Banks later. You supposed to be one of these whole I'm with black women rights, but yet you dogged out Lil Mama, and yet you dogged out Jocelyn, and then you got sunned by Monique.
well, I mean, yeah, ain't nobody not gonna get sunned by Monique. You either gonna take this sunning, or you might get the shit kicked out of you by Monique.
And she's
I
very
mean,
nice. Well, we seen that movie where she beat the hell. What movie
yeah.
was that?
Uh, I
Jenkins.
oh yeah, yeah. Well, she beat the shit out of Martin in that movie.
That shit is a underrated comedy. But nah, but going back to that, yeah, she'll sun you and she'll be very nice about it. And that's one of the people
Yeah.
like when they sun you and nice about it, it's like, bruh, these are people that you don't want hands with.
No, no, no. They're being nice, not for your sake, for their sake. If they say
Right.
loving words about you, it's I feel like that's also what we do a lot too. We teaching y'all who not to mess with and who is like always ready to fight and who is doing this more for their sake than yours.
Right. Because when The Rock just went on the Jamie Foxx interview thing and he said it's always nice to be nice. And then I meant to send you that too, his reaction to Tyrese. I said, yeah, bro. I mean, obviously a 270-pound man, you ain't gonna test. But the way he responded, like, yeah, no, I just didn't want to respond to Tyrese. I thought we were friends, and I felt like it was uncalled for. I was like, yeah, just leave that man alone.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So that's all I'm trying to figure out is like I understand Charlemagne is very good at what he does. It's not about him that I'm just trying to figure out there are things we acknowledge that we messed up with R. Kelly because of the music he made.
Right.
Like, the tape came out and then Chocolate Factory came out and we made a choice. I'm just trying to figure out, you know, what did Charlemagne do to make us make that choice? Like, I guess it has to be, making little mama cry and we thinking that's funny. And which leads back to my initial question. How messy is too messy? Man,
I think that was as an adult male, that was very uncalled for. But I mean,
I mean,
I'm a firm believer in karma. Let me just say this. Maybe this all is because of karma. Like I don't know this dude's I don't know him personally. I feel like he's aired himself out enough just over the years, even when he was working with Wendy Williams and she was getting sunned by the goddess Whitney Houston and and Judge Mathis Sunder. But he's been doing this over a periodic time, and then the Lil Kim thing was kind of like, hey, bruh, you see how far you can go, right? And you got jumped by Lil Kim's people. You don't talk about Lil Kim.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, man, I really thought I was gonna find some better jokes in that, and all I could find is, "What is Charlemagne's step in the name of love?" I feel bad about myself now.
Bleaching his skin.
I mean, Drake had that line.
Did he? I didn't hear him say nothing about bleaching.
It was
Oh
on
yeah,
the
he did. He did.
yeah.
It was
It
on
was a good line.
Scorpion.
Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about some MVPs in this lightning round. Uh,
Washed or like just MVPs overall.
uh, no. We're just talking about MVPs overall. No more watch people.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, we still got more to go.
yeah. Let's talk about Mac Miller coming back and basically like so if y'all don't know, Mac Miller was dating Ariana Grande for a while. Mac Miller is also heavy into drugs, or at least was. And, him and Ariana Grande separated, and someone, it found out that, he was having drug problems. He got a DUI. This is all like public stuff. This isn't stuff I'm airing out for him. Uh, but then someone tried to say that, oh, Ariana Grande was lame for not sticking by him. And she brought up that she tried and it's not her responsibility to stick by him. And she was right about that. And then, she's getting with old dude from Saturday Night Live. And Mac Miller started releasing music. And it sounded like Mac Miller had to confront some things about himself. And, he got an album coming out in a couple weeks. And some of his music is a lot more personal, it's a lot more reflective. Hey, man, all I'm going to say is just go get No ID real quick. Because a Mac Miller 444 at this moment doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Yo, who the fuck is Peter Davison?
He's on SNL. He's a comedian.
Is he? Why would she give up one of the greatest rappers of all time for
Well,
a
I mean,
dude? I thought he was the guy from Robot that's playing Freddie Mercury.
no. That's Rami Malek.
Yeah,
Uh,
I thought it was him at first.
no.
Is Peter Davidson's like Logic cousin? They got the whole biracial thing, but I'm not really biracial looking thing going on because he
He's
looked like he could be black in one
he's.
lifetime.
I'm pretty sure he's mixed, and he does look like he could be Logic's like cousin on his daddy's side or something like that.
Yeah, they
But
got the whole not to be problematic. That when people that old term mulatto, that's mulatto right there. Like I can't tell, bro.
yeah, you think Logic and Pete Davidson is play cousins?
That might be his big little cousin. I don't know which one is gonna say that's my big cousin, but whoever getting the more bags, I guess. So
Oh well,
maybe
Logic is getting
Logic.
more money, so there's that.
If
Yeah,
you on SNL, you stay in Midtown Manhattan. Like I think most of them do. I think you probably doing better. I don't know. Uh, I'm just not fighting Logic right now because he's aged like Bruce Willis in the past year alone. All his hair is gone. He's working out a lot. He has acne. He's aged a lot. I don't want no smoke. He looked like he ready to shoot up a school.
yeah. But I mean, let's get back to Mac Miller. What you think about Mac Miller potentially having like his own confessional, like I need to deal with me, I need to grow up album?
Well, he's one of the greatest of all time. I mean, this is me being a stan and me so being honest at this point. Like after a while, you got to start saying, okay, this person is on this list, and then they just keep growing and growing. We did the same thing with LeBron, Lamont, James. We did the same thing. We was like, okay, he like 50th player, 46th player right now. Like in his 5th, 6th year, they start saying that. Then they just went like, all right, 3. We can do the same thing with Mac Miller. He'll never be top 3, but it gets to a point where like, bruh, I can't really name like Blue Slide Park was okay, but that was still a good major release debut. And I can't think of a bad album after that. Like I don't like his, I mean, he did the whole R&B album. I understand he was in love with the girl. Shouts out to him for getting out the Sunken Place too, even though I do like her new music and I will be listening to the new album. He's
Yeah.
he's gotten better. I mean, I can't say he's found himself as an artist. He's found himself as the artist. I could say on watching movies. Like he
Yes.
knows his lane, and he can still do the turn up songs. And like I said, the last album he put out, the R&B album, it was okay to me, but still, I mean, he was in love. So that's what you're gonna do. Now it seems like he's out the sunken place, and he's trying to find himself. And the two songs that he's put out, I can't remember the title of it, but the world is so cold, or whatever the case may be. It's like, bro, like it's fire. I don't really have too much to say about Mac Miller because I'm a stan and I'm gonna be biased. And when I'm standing for somebody, it's like, bro, find me something bad.
Well, these are two things I will say about Mac Miller, whether you like his music or not. These are two things you have to remember. Uh, he was mentioned as one of the names in the Control verse when
He
Kendrick
was,
called out names.
he was.
Um,
So was
and
ASAP Rocky, but testing is not that good.
well, I'll get on that because I actually think testing is actually pretty good. Um, and remember when Jay-Z was like just tweeting out who he thought was dope? At the end, he was like, "Oh yeah, Mac Miller, nice too." Hey man, the
Yeah,
greatest, the greatest we've ever seen, and the greatest of this decade, both think Mac Miller is kind of nice with it.
and that was funny. I wonder, like, if somebody had to remind Hove, like, hey, you know Mac Miller, like, I
Yeah,
heard his stuff. It's
they
pretty
told
good.
they told him he needed a diversity hire in there.
It's not. It can't even be that because I understand. I ain't gonna kill your joke either. But the thing is, like, we gotta remember Mac Miller when he was. I think he's back out here living out here. But remember, he was kicking it with Schoolboy. He was kicking it with TDE for the most part. Like he got two
Yeah,
songs with
no,
Ab Soul, and it's not like they treat him as if he don't have the Paul Wall thing going on where it's just like you gotta like you'll look at Paul Wall and you don't see color. That's one of, if not one of the only white people I've seen where it's just like, oh, Paul Wall just a homeboy, and then you
yeah,
gotta think like, oh, he is white. I think Mac Miller is kind of on that list because you just be like, he cool as hell, and he could probably out rap me. Like he's doing songs that are more so in the moderation where it's kind of like punk rock, not punk rock, but more so grunge. And some people do the punk rock thing. He's doing more so now where it's like the whole singing uh, rock rap thing, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have a category right now, but he can still spit. And it's evidence for many albums that he could really rap.
I think so. I think no, it's Paul Wall. I was gonna say Mac Miller is the rapping Hall and Oates. Well, no, it might be Mac Miller because I'm
I,
like Paul Wall, Paul Wall got the. I mean, he's the people's champ. You know, that was the first album, and we all rocked with it. Like we heard him on Still Tipping, and we was cool with it. And then he came out with Sitting Sideways, and we was like, oh, this that. I think Mac Miller might be the rapping Hall and Oates, man.
I'll go with that. So who's the average white band?
Damn.
Right, where it's
uh,
like, you sure? Or who else we said like, damn, you had to think like, what you want to do? You be like, oh, he white, dude. Fuck.
yeah. That's a good one. Everybody
It
knows
might be
average. At
Mac
least,
Miller. Well, you
yeah,
could tell by Mac Miller voice, like you know he's not of African descent, but it's just
yeah,
like, but it don't. It's just like it don't really matter. Well, Paul Wall, you got to see him and be like, okay,
yeah, yeah. Because when you first heard Still Tipping, you was like, "Oh, these three niggas is cold," and then you was just like, you saw the video and you was like, "Oh, these two and a half niggas is cold." That's how much we love Paul Wall.
I got to be honest with you, big bro. I saw the video first, and I saw the uncut video first, so I kind of found out everything I need to know about a lot of things in life off the back.
Yeah, Paul Wall is a lot more Houston, and he's a different part of Houston than we this and that. But Yeah, I don't know who the rapping out average white band equivalent is for a white rapper. Yeah, it's
When
not Action Bronson.
no, that's crazy. The Action Bronson thing kind of, I wouldn't say disappeared, but it's kind of,
Well, I mean, he on Vice.
well, he's the only
He
thing on Vice. Obviously, they
yeah.
paid him. They didn't pay Deezus and Mero.
Well, they couldn't afford Jesus and Merrill anymore.
Well, shit, they shouldn't have did something. You just lost the main thing. Like I know, fuck that
Oh.
delicious is dope and all that, but come on,
But I mean, you just can't compete with that CBS money, man. They going to Showtime. Showtime is owned by CBS.
right? And they still getting cashed out until then. I found the tweet
Yes.
you talked about, by the way, with Mac Miller. He really did, and I can hear Jay Z saying this. He's like, too many Fab black people really magic. Mac Miller nice though.
Yeah.
Like,
But
he just throws it in there.
yeah. I don't know. That's all I gotta say. But that's all I'll say about the Mac Miller album is go get No ID, man. Because why not? Like Drake got him for Scorpion when he needed to get everything off his chest. Jay got him for 444. Vince Staples stayed using him, and Vince Staples stayed like telling us certain levels of truths and observations that, is real dope. And
Mm-hmm.
then, Vic Mensa had him for the album, the autobiography. Anytime someone, really need to get something off their chest, they go call No ID. So this needs to be the No ID Mac Miller album.
Not yet. Let him get a little bit older. I tend to forget too. He been around for a while. He's still a young man. He only 25. I don't think he's went through that big of a depression yet, or as far as like a breakup. Like I don't, like I said, of course I don't know him personally, but it doesn't seem like he like hurt. Because when 444 came out, this man was like, wait a minute, I got to get this iconic woman back. Let me make a whole album damn near about her. And then with Drake, he just felt like I need to just show people like I still got it. And he did, because I'm still listening to Scorpion. It's been 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, there's that. Um, but no, I think it's ready. The drugs. Everybody knows the drugs has been a big issue with him. Um, it's another relationship that probably failed for his because of drugs. So this might be the time, man. He's in his mid to late 20s now. And he's been around for almost 10 years now.
It's crazy. Yeah, Mac and Cheese was about 11 years ago. So
Yeah. So, it's been some time. Like he's been around for almost a decade. In life, he's not even 30 yet, but in the entertainment world, man, he didn't seen a lot. He didn't been around a lot.
oh yeah, then
So,
he signed that big deal with Warner Brothers too.
yeah. So,
I mean, he can say bye to his catalog, but at the same time, hey, when you sign with a major, that's gonna happen. It just we know Warner Brothers ain't giving up your catalog because the God wrote "Slave" on his sideburns, which is just on a whole nother level of sauce. Just to say these motherfuckers is hold my music.
well, there's that. I don't think Max Sweating going indie again because he did well on indie.
Extremely well. Like Blue Slide Park was indie, and I think watching movies. He just signed his major deal like 2 years ago.
Well, I think Divine Feminine was the first major label release for
Major.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, and
So,
he had to kind of sign a major because he had to get it out of Rostam Records. Like him and Wiz don't mess with them no more.
nah. But, oh, I hope so. Now, last lightning round, even though this hasn't really been a lightning round, we'll get better at it.
It don't matter. We got all the time, brother. Well, I do.
Yeah. Uh, talk about Paramore finding out that they have a fan base that is very well seasoned.
Now, my thing is, did they find out before or after that Twitter video came out that I sent you when the dude that looked like Jason Derulo hopped on stage showing
Oh,
his Black Boy Joy and pause and the lead singer for Paramore? I don't know her name. I should look it up right now. Yeah,
Haley
thank you,
Williams.
sir. Oh, that is her. Goddamn. She got
Yeah,
solo
man.
projects, right?
I think she got one or two.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, that is her. I was like, and I'm not saying it's just to sound like I'm right, but I was just like, because I admit most of the times when I'm wrong, but I was like, damn, she's like Haley Williams.
Yeah,
Type it in,
but
Google's your friend, bruh. But obviously, I wasn't doing that.
there's that. But it's like I think they knew for a minute because I mean, they was on airplanes. B.O.B. had to go get Haley Williams. Um, but I don't
That
think they
was a label
realized.
move. Maybe that's where it started. Because remember, that was 2010. You know what I mean? That was like the not teenage, but that was like young adult years. And that's crazy. Every time I think about B.O.B. career, I'm like, he was really on. Like, he had Bruno Mars before Bruno. He was on before Bruno Mars.
Yes, like in that song, it was B.O.B. and Bruno Mars, and we thought B.O.B. was the star. Like,
It's funny how life turns out.
yeah, man, life comes at you fast.
Think about all these young boys and these hype beasts that just like hear Jay Z featured on Drake album since Day Me Later when they was kids, teenagers, or just like small, and they like, oh, this Jay Z dude is kind of nice. And my young old head self is just like, boy, I will slap the shit out you.
Yeah. Or like someone on Twitter said for the Scorpion albums, like Mike could have came harder on that Drake album. I was like, yo, yo,
That was hilarious because it was a joke, but it was hilarious still. And then the
wild.
the comments obviously didn't think it was a joke. It's like, come on, bro.
Yeah, come on. Like we know what it is.
Like
But
I got a little sister that's nice. She know Thriller, bro. Come on.
back to Paramore. I mean, Paramore came. They came about in about the late 2000s, and they came around in the iPod generation where everyone was listening to everything. So they got a whole bunch of like Paramore was coming out and they were popping. There's a whole bunch of black people out here rocking with Paramore. And yo, man,
This
Paramore is
is
back out here, and
they know now. Definitely they know now. Like if they didn't know, they've learned this year alone. Cause I've seen more black people talking about them this year than any other year. I'm like, bro, the new album ain't even came out yet. It's just a single.
yeah, I wonder who broke it to them that their music is actually seasoned.
It
Like,
probably was the show. It was the internet, but then the show when she just looked like she understood life, how she was looking in that man's eyes as he was jumping up and down on stage, not looking at anybody but the crowd, knowing every lyric. I think Haley Williams found out at that point. She was like, okay, yeah, we need to
yeah,
do like Hiatus Coyote, and I need a new album from them. It's been about 3 years, but
yeah. They got to go delete all their old tweets where if they said anything racist or said nigga anytime, they need to go delete them tweets right now. I'll
Paramore.
delete my whole yeah, I'll
No,
delete my
they
whole
may have
Twitter
to.
timeline right now.
They may, I know because a lot of people old tweets are coming out, including that baseball player that played for I think the Mariners or for the I think it is the Mariners. I forgot, but no, I doubt it because they always made happy music. Like that's like if No Doubt if they
Well,
had Twitter back then, they're not gonna say nah.
that's the thing is it was always this. I mean, this is why black people fuck with it. It was really depressing lyrics masked with like really upbeat dancing things. And that's basically black people's existence. It's like, hey, we're gonna laugh, but it hurt.
Like, that's why when you see dudes that used to be on Def Comedy Jam laughing they soul off, I'm like, oh, they just got off work.
Yeah.
I'm
Or
like,
like you see people dancing their ass off. It's like, ooh, shit, someone died.
yeah,
They
that
got in
goddamn
an
Molly.
accident or something.
Hey, off that
Yeah,
damn.
man.
I'm sticking it right now. I'm sticking it right now. I'm sticking it right now.
I'm sticking it right now.
I'm sticking it.
Yeah,
Yo,
man.
that fucking video is the funniest thing this month.
I'm sticking right now. I'm not gonna die, am I? Did that guy? Is that guy okay?
I'm pretty sure he is. Like, unless he took more than one, which you should never do with an upper, particularly like a Molly Percocet, anything like that. You should never take more than one because that 4 hour trip is enough. I've never taken that. I doubt I ever will. But I'm pretty sure when you sweat profusely, but you cold at the same time, he just got a high potent of that shit in his system was trying to kick it out. I'm pretty sure he good. I mean, I could look it up. His Snapchat, I don't have Snapchat, but his Snapchat is up on the video, and we could look it up. If he's dead, then these jokes still gonna fly.
All right, him. Recipes to him if he's passed out or passed away, not passed out.
Well, he might just be asleep right now. He might actually, he might just be sleeping. But
yeah, time zones, man.
Meek Mill said he was off the pills. Apparently not. He look like Meek Mill.
Nah, he just putting on weight from being in prison.
He had the black T-shirt like Meek and looked like him, but I digress.
But nah, Meek is eating very well because due to unfortunate his situation, any little thing can send him back, and it's really sad. Like, but that's another thing for another day. But yeah, man, Paramore, like that's what I really think. That's why black people rock with them. It's because their music is like upbeat, dancing, like yeah, da 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 da, and the whole music is just basically like the lyrics is just like, I'm trying not to kill myself. I'm trying to keep it all together.
And it's crazy that you say that because
man.
On that video, somebody actually said one of the songs actually helped him with his depression, and it was a black guy.
Yeah. And it's like, I understand Smith is rocking out here helping people with their depression and like helping them live a better life and get these cries out. But hey, man, all I'm saying is there's a different thing with Paramore and black people. Black people see this and they're like, they are sad, they are still rocking out. That's me. They are turned and depressed at the same time. Crying in the club. They are crying. Paramore, the embodiment of crying in the club. That's their music.
I don't know why I'm crying in the club.
But that, you crying on the dance floor right now, but you still dancing. You still party. You still lit. You ever have that friend that's just sad and crying and you know it's all bad and you're like, yo, man, we can go. He's like, nah, let's keep going. That's Paramore music.
I can't attest to that because it's like I can't do it, bro. I can't. If we at the club and you crying, I understand. Everybody's going through something. I understand. I more so have the friends that's just like very thirsty and shoot they shot when you tell them not to do it because you could tell it's a bad play on the call. Like you're trying to go against the Eagles offensive line, bro, and I see the play right now and I'm not trying to get sacked with you, so go ahead, bro.
Yeah, that's you ill-advised heat checks are always bad. But that leads right into another MVP thing, and this is how we're gonna end the lightning round. Shout out to women shooting they shot more. Like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. You're gonna get shot down a lot. Like, you're gonna get turned down a lot. That's just what happens when you shoot your shot. People turn you down because people don't know how to take. Sometimes, all right. So with dudes, it's a little different. Sometimes you come off as creepy. Sometimes you're untrustworthy. This and that. Dudes, we still not good at recognizing that we are worthy of things, or someone thinks we are worthy of things.
Right.
We're very bad at that. So it's tough, ladies, for y'all because you're gonna shoot your shot, and a whole bunch of dudes is gonna, it's gonna be a bunch of dudes that rock with it, and it's gonna be a whole bunch of dudes that's just like they're gonna talk themselves out of it. They're gonna psych themselves out. They think they're gonna mess it up somehow. So they just won't. But I keep shooting your shot because I think we should call it sundress energy. Women is out here like
you got patent
like
that.
They yeah, that's what it is now. If you're a lady out here shooting your shot, going for yours, you got sundress energy.
Keep that, and please do women, please keep doing that because sometimes we just tired as hell, and I don't want to talk. When I go out, I don't always want to talk to women as much as I would like to, but I'm tired. I just want to come hang out. You gotta switch it
Yeah,
around,
sometimes we just come to dance.
right? And not be bothered. But if you talk, we gonna talk. It's not like a woman that's being standoffish at times. You know, you gonna leave her alone because maybe she not in a good mood, and that's understandable. But dudes still gonna try to talk to her. Well, men, it's more so. I'm just here, so please try to talk to us.
And we got to figure out, we as dudes got to figure out the I'm just trying to chill dress code. Because, like, women got it down. Like, if you, a girl, a young lady, like, I saw, last time I was out, I saw a young lady, she had on a nice dress, but she also had a jean jacket over it and was wearing some Chucks. And I knew she wasn't out here trying, she was just out. I was like,
Right,
okay, I respect that. Her homegirl had on the tight pants, the nice shimmery shirt, and some heels on, open toe. I was like, okay, she got the sundress energy tonight.
right.
Shout out, man.
Or she could be going to the store and just trying to get talked to on the way there. Because if you're a woman, specifically in LA, if you're a woman, somebody gonna talk to you. Especially how you depend. You don't even have to really look. You know, don't get me wrong. All women are beautiful. I'm gonna do that. But if you're a woman that has a certain type of body type, you're gonna get talked to every 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Right? You never not gonna get talked to, especially living out in Los Angeles. You definitely gonna get talked to.
I'm sorry, it's not fair. It's really not. Y'all should be left alone the same way us alone. Uh, but it'd be happening that way.
It does.
But dudes, we got to figure this out. I think if you wear Vans to the club, should you not? Nah, I don't know what it is. I'm trying to figure out what it is. Like, we need to figure that out as dudes. Is like, what's the I'm just trying to chill dress code? Because all of our clothes is just I'm trying to chill.
That's true.
We need some, we need some like I'm trying to make something happen clothes because it's just the energy, and the energy is not always welcome because some of y'all don't know how to act. Matter of fact, a lot of y'all niggas don't know how to act.
Most of y'all don't know how to act.
Yeah. So we gotta figure this out because like I said, you don't start calling women shooting they got like I'm here for the sundress energy. I respect the sundress energy. But we as dudes also have to figure out when we like, yo, I'm just trying to vibe out. Right? I'm here with the boys, here with the squad, a couple drinks. Talk.
Can men do that? Because I've done that before, but I've been talked to before, and I'm just not going to curve. Like I think with women, because it's so much pressure on them every single day, particularly in the major city, that you get talked to every 5 seconds, that you can just curve with the ease and keep it pushing. And more times than not, they have one dude they specifically wants to talk to. No other dude matters. But I've done the whole thing where I've just been chilling out and somebody's talk to me, and I'm just like, I'm cool. I'll talk to you.
Nah, curve. All my dudes out there, curve. And it's not to be mean. Like you don't have to be a mean curver. You can just be like, sorry, no, thank you, not tonight.
I'm good, love.
It's nothing wrong with she mad.
But women, a lot of women don't know how to take being rejected. Like at all. Like a rejection, that they wouldn't know how to do that. Not all of them, but some.
Every dude that ever get talked to by a lady, they always like the moment it's like they go into an instant dry spell and they're like, I got to take this because I don't know when I'm gonna be. I'm like, dude, you in a relationship? Chill. You don't need to talk to her. Nah,
Right.
I gotta know. I gotta keep it on the back burner. Just nah, man. You ain't a stove no more. You a crock pot.
Right. Like if you're in a relationship, hey man, I advise you not to say anything.
Yeah, curb. That's why I say curb. Or when you're just not trying to, you just not feeling it tonight. Or you're not feeling her. Don't do that to them. Let them know that hey, we people out here.
Right. Like, no, I'm good, love. Like, I don't I'm in a relationship. I don't want to do that.
Or even if you're not and you just don't feel like doing it tonight, like nah, I'm good, thank you.
I mean, I ain't gonna put all my business out there, but from personal experience, that doesn't go well.
Nah, it don't. It doesn't. It's really hard for and this is just certain people. Like you got sundress energy, and we talk about dudes that a little too aggressive when they be shooting their shot. You got women who shoot their shot, and you got some of them out there who just a little too aggressive and don't want to take no for an answer. But you got to do it because if they are not willing to take no for an answer now, you really want to be down that road 3 months from now. Like shit, I'm at the zoo again because she think this is cute. I'm wearing matching shirts now.
When you shouldn't have said no a long time ago, and then you, yeah, man. Yeah,
I got to go to this Halloween party. I got to go to this Halloween party with her. I got to dress up like the Joker, and she got to be Harley Quinn. I don't know what it's gonna be. Oh, this year it's gonna be. Oh man, I got to be Black Panther, and she got to be Nakia.
Yeah.
Like no,
I'm not getting my ass.
Bam. Or I got to be Ant-Man. She got to be Wasp. I gotta go hit the gym now because she want to be Elastigirl, and I got to be Mr. Incredible.
It's definitely gonna be for us. It's definitely the whole Black Panther thing.
Yo, chill.
Like
say no.
I gotta go meet her moms. That's when it's really like, oh, I'm out of here.
Yeah, and that's when y'all look bad because when it gets serious, then you want to say no earlier when you know you want to say no.
And they let you know pretty early when they want to get serious. Like, especially if it's an age range between 25 to 30 some, they really like, hey, bro, what you want to do? And I understand that because biologically, the clock is different for them. It's like, yo, what you want to do? And it's like, whoa, I just asked you want to eat.
Take a young lady to like, it depends. You take her to a chain restaurant, and she'll be like, oh, okay, I see what this is. You take her to like a real nice place, she'll be like, so what's your intentions?
To eat this good food.
What? Wait, I was gonna start with water because I don't believe in paying for sodas.
Right.
But I didn't want to fill up on bread. That was my intention tonight. Because I know the bread is free and the bread is good here, but they,
and the salad.
It's not Olive Garden stuff. That's all I'm saying. Like if this was Olive Garden, I'd fill up on bread because the pasta's not great. But
nobody should go to Olive Garden, by the way.
Yeah. And she's just looking back like, no. So what do you want? Do you just want a friendship? Do you want a sexual relationship? Do you want a relationship? Are you looking at marriage? Like, and you just like, yo, I am on a job interview right now.
Right.
And that's the moment where you got to start being honest.
Like, yeah, I just want to hang out. Like, sometimes you just want women friends. Like, and you don't want, man, you're not trying to have sex or anything. Like, I'm going through that now. Like, I'm like, I just want to be friends. Like, I just like kicking around women. I don't want to kick around dudes all the time. And what you doing to me? You trying to put me in a position I don't want to be in, and then I got to take all the responsibility up. And you see how that worked out for Kawhi. I don't want to be here. I want to be quiet. I don't want to be here quiet. So, I want to be on the Lakers quiet.
Yeah. So we're gonna end the lightning round and go straight into that right now. Let's talk about your man Kawhi. and getting traded to Toronto for DeMar DeRozan. A Compton for Compton trade.
You hear that?
What?
That's Kawhi at the podium. Just listen.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me turn the volume up.
Turn up. So Kawhi, do you want to be on the Raptors? All right. Did you like playing in San Antonio? Do you want to be on the Lakers?
It's so competitive.
Yeah. I keep trying to tell people, I think Kawhi about to jump on social media. He gonna create a social media account within the next, probably now in a couple hours, like, and just start spazzing out. Yo, I keep trying to tell y'all motherfuckers, I want to be on the Lakers.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. And it's wild because, okay, this is the thing I'm most interested in. How is Drake gonna feel at those games?
More annoying. He's gonna be more annoying than he was before.
Yeah, but even then, it's just like, okay, so you got Kawhi, who's a better player than DeMar DeRozan, and that's nothing bad about DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan is a very, very good player.
Yeah.
But Kawhi is just better.
Absolutely.
But, you're gonna get the guy. You got the guy who can guard Giannis. You got the guy who can guard LeBron and KD and all of that. The big problem with Drake is it's gonna be a real visual thing with Kawhi because Kawhi got them braids.
Yeah, shouts out to you for that tweet. That's hilarious.
And he's Jordan over there, and Drake might write a diss record. Let the Raptors go on like a 5-game losing streak. He might just diss Kawhi thinking it's Pusha T.
Like, yeah, because he definitely subliminal. He's very subliminal. I don't think he should do that though, because I think I'm looking for reasons to get Kawhi to talk, and that might be one of the reasons he talk. Like, he's not gonna diss. He might actually just be like, pull up on Drake at half court before the game even starts if he plays, because he might sit out, which can be bad for him, but he might pull up and be like, you shouldn't say anything anymore. Kawhi, you have a voice. Don't say anything else and just walk off.
Yeah, he might just go up to Drake and say 3 words. Watch your mouth.
And you got to understand what he's saying. You should take him very serious because he drives a 97 Tahoe.
Yeah, and the man don't talk. So if the man tell you not to do something, he actually got words out. He didn't tell his people to tell you. He told you himself. So you know what that means? If you don't say okay in that moment, you might get your ass whooped. And look, man, you don't want to get slapped by someone with as big of hands as Kawhi, because it's going to be all the way, it's going to wrap around your face.
Literally. He has the same hand size as Shaq. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Like, nah, don't do it. And I think he's just a serial killer at this point. This man got a 97 Tahoe. He worth at least $40 million.
You think Kawhi? All right, let's do some questions. Like, is Kawhi the type of dude? If he's a serial killer, do you think he's the type of dude that puts on sock shoe instead of sock shoe?
I think he put the shoes on first and then realizes he doesn't have socks on and just looks at his feet for about 10 minutes and be like, I'll put the socks on.
Yeah. Or is this weird? He one of those people that put on the undershirt and then the shirt and then put on the bottoms. He don't put on underwear or t-shirt. He put on t-shirt, overshirt, underwear, pants.
No, that's just a little suspect. You got to put your drawers on first, bro, and your pants.
That's serial killer. You just trust your whole upper torso first.
So was Ted Bundy doing that?
He might have been, man.
You only know about 2 serial killer names, maybe 3, and it's like I don't. The rest of them just probably live in Alabama or Vegas.
You think cool off the nails on one hand with his teeth and then clip the other hand?
I've
It
seen his.
sound like some serial killer stuff.
I think he just bite his nails, which is gross. But I think he just bites his nails. Listen, I really think I told my boy this earlier. I think he lives in San Diego in the off season. This man probably has a 1 bedroom apartment in San Diego.
Hey man,
Like how? Why you?
yeah.
Where do you ever see? You rarely see pictures of this dude. He hasn't really played in the past year. You rarely see pictures of him. I've never seen a player like this before in my life in any sport, where it's just like, bro, you
Is
can't
Kawhi,
find me.
okay, is Kawhi a real person or is he a manifestation of our imagination?
He might just be that because you can't be that good on both sides of the ball and just disappear. Like when it's over, you don't do the conferences, you don't talk, you just disappear. And then now, since we haven't seen you since December, we've seen bits and pieces. Like maybe the nigga Bigfoot, or he maybe he let Jay Electronica. Maybe this was Jay Electronica ain't put out an album because he is Kawhi Leonard. They kind of look alike.
Or you know, man got big hands and he's an excellent wing defender. You think every time someone try and take a picture of him, he just slapped the phone out their hand?
Or he looks at
Like
it,
they don't even see it coming.
or he looks at the
It's
camera
just
for a long time and then they just like, yeah, I'm gonna delete that.
yeah,
Because every time I've
yeah.
seen a picture of him, like I've seen a picture of him in New York, he like in June, I think last month or May, he looked surprised, like, damn, there's the camera. They caught me. And then they showed him at the Dodger game with a group of people. He had his head down with a hat on. Seen another picture of him in Vegas last week. Had a hat on. In the club, low, like he about to murk somebody. Hey,
Say that
he
again.
might either be a figment of our imagination or the dude just very good at staying low key. Either way, I salute him.
Yeah, so I've never. What's the word? It's amazing with him because like even we spotted Tim Duncan at a Chili's one. Like we knew Tim Duncan existed outside of basketball. Kawhi, the only pictures I've ever seen of him is either on the basketball court, walking to the basketball court, in the gym, or at a Dodgers game. Like he only exists when a sport is there.
Mm. And when you see him actually about to do an interview or not playing, sitting on the bench, it's the same facial expression. Like they said for a long time, D Rose had the same facial expression. These days, not really, because he don't have to deal with all the bullshit pressure and all the jokes. Even though every now and then them dumbass little boys want to say the jokes, but he don't really have to deal with that no more. With Kawhi, it's kind of just like, hey man, I'm just watching and I'm trying to figure out how fast I can leave the arena without anybody seeing me. I think the jig is up. When they see a 6'8", 6'9" dude going to a 97 Tahoe, you know it's you. You gotta get a different car, my guy.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, bruh, the braids.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's another reason why he might be a serial killer. Who has fresh braids in 2018 besides
Yeah,
Pusha T? But Pusha T 41. Kawhi is 27. He just turned 27. It ain't like he 27 going on 28. He just turned
yeah, like
27
serial killers. You see them like 23 with a bowl cut in the 80s, and you're like, this no, you shouldn't have that.
at all. Like you think he Tom Hanks from Forrest Gump? This dude got fresh braids. Like, where do you go to get your hair braided in 2007, 18?
Yeah, we haven't seen braids that clean since Set It Off.
Right. He the Queen Latifah braids, like the AI joints. I don't know what you call them. I had braids like that before, but that was 2003.
It's a different time.
Magic when he goes to the Lakers,
It
Magic gonna
was
tell him to cut that shit. You know that, right?
no LeBron gonna tell him to cut that shit. You notice nobody on LeBron's team had more hair, like too much hair.
No, you got to match him.
Yeah. Like, look, man, you're not losing it like me, but you can't be stunting on me like that.
Right, we got to get around these billionaires because LeBron moved out here and he got around people that's close to a billion or they billionaires.
Yeah.
He came out here within a week. This dude was having dinner with Al Pacino and Leonardo DiCaprio. I didn't even know they watched Well, I didn't know Al Pacino even watched basketball.
Yeah, I knew Leo watched it because Leo be at the games, and you know, Leo be having like Tribe Called Quest perform at his birthday, and Migos, and sleeping with Rihanna.
I didn't know he had the Migos perform.
It was either him or Tom Brady. I forget.
I think it was Tom Brady. Either way, the bag is the bag is on a whole nother level.
Oh yeah.
Hey, as long as he ain't kicking around Robert De Niro. Imagine LeBron bring Robert De Niro around Savannah. It's gonna be a
Man,
fight. It's gonna be a
yeah,
fight.
yeah. Robert might, you don't want to do that. De Niro take try and
He gonna
you don't
shoot
want to bring.
shots. Yeah, he gonna Steph Curry.
Yeah, man. Him and Ric Flair.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised Rick ain't said nothing. He a LeBron stan. I'm surprised he ain't said nothing about Savannah yet.
Oh no, Ric Flair ain't stupid.
Because
Ric
as
Flair.
LeBron actually shouted him back, like I think he shouted him back like once, or well, he gave him a big shout out. He said, Rick said that LeBron told him he kept me off the streets. I think he was just saying that to be nice. I don't think that's the person that kept LeBron off the streets.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what LeBron. If LeBron said it just to be nice, it's pretty nice of LeBron. If LeBron meant it, that's very strange, but it's also very nice of him to give that detail and shout out to Ric Flair. But the thing is, real player. So if Ric Flair gonna shoot his shot at your lady, it's gonna be to her face, and you're gonna be right there, and he
Yeah,
gonna dare you to do better.
because he pulled up on Molly, and I'm pretty sure like Jalen Rose was somewhere, and I think he said something about Jalen Rose in a nice way though.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like Joe Biden used to do it all the time with Michelle. Biden over there shooting his shot with Michelle every second while Barack giving a speech. He over there just like, oh man, you make him look so good. You got
But
him
Joe
looking good. I know why you got him looking good because you smell nice. You need
and
a
Joe
back
will
rub.
probably he'll say that and he'll do that because Joe is a dirty Mac for real, and because he's so much friends with Obama, he thinking like, hey, you know, you know, Barry, let me holler at your girl real quick. and,
Yeah, one time.
and Obama like, no, Joe, go sit your ass down.
Yeah, like I like rap music, but I don't like that.
Right.
I'm a Jay Z. I'm a Jay Z man, not a Snoop Dogg man. I like Can't Knock the Hustle. Not ain't no fun if the homies. Do Michelle like
And
it?
which
Ain't no fun. If the homies can't have it.
I don't think so.
Is that? You're lying, Brock. Everybody loves that song.
You, everybody knows that song. He like, you don't mess with the Jigga man. Like, I got his number right now. I don't call him. He called me. What was the
Yeah.
line?
Look, man, you keep talking. It was, it's that moment where you know what, Joe backed off though. You know why?
What?
Because Obama was probably like, look, man, you keep doing this, I'm gonna call a beehive up on you. And
Yeah,
Biden
you
was
won't go to no shows.
yeah. And Biden was just like, look, man, it's one thing to call the feds, but you know, you calling in the ops.
Right. You want to go to this on the run tour.
Yeah, man.
The
Like
second one.
you ever want to eat Eminem soul food again, Joe? You know, mm,
For a
you gonna
discount. Instead of paying $15, you still pay 8.
you're gonna do a Soul Train line and get punched halfway down the way.
Right. You're not low at all.
No. So leave Michelle alone. God bless you. God bless you.
And good night. The United States forever. Hell no.
Oh.
All right. A couple more topics and then we get up out of here.
Yes. If you hear sirens, it's because the police are currently arresting a young Negro. In the middle of the street. Like they already have him arrested and more cops are showing up.
We're doing a live episode of Cops as we speak.
Yeah, man, the helicopter up. The people is on the corner recording, so hopefully,
Just in case.
Yeah, man. I don't want y'all to see this on Twitter. I really don't.
But what if it breaks on Twitter as we recording it? Yo, we got to post the podcast ASAP. But like we had it first.
Yeah, you got the breaking news. Nigga, we giving you current events and breaking news at the same time? Your fave could never.
Like Fox News can't never do this.
Nah, man.
Fox 11 with the same man that's been having the Mr. Hightower Afro forever. I forgot his name, but he be on at 10 o'clock.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
he was on the morning show, and then he was just like, "Yeah, let me get away from these crazy white people."
Right, it's too damn early. It's 4 o'clock in the morning because you know that news anchors be on like 5, 6 a.m.
Yeah, man, they be on them beans for real.
Oh no, that's why they be having all that makeup on.
Yeah, man, they be sticking right now.
Geeking. I'm sticking it right now. We're live in 5, 4,
3, 2. Welcome to your morning news. I'm Frank something. And this is my weather lady Heather thing. Oh, hey. Da-da-da. And we're clear. I'm sticking right now.
I'm sticking right now. You gonna take my phone, bro? You gotta take my phone.
You gonna take my phone? I'm gonna be all right, right? What's my last name? Da-da-da. I'm not that bad.
Spell it for me, J.
I ain't that bad. I'm sticking right now. Rest in peace if that guy. I really hope that guy's okay. I feel really bad.
I'll find out and let you know. If not, then that's probably gonna be the thumbnail for this episode. His picture.
Yeah. So we talked about Ric Flair. Let's talk about another 80s wrestling legend that got themselves reinstated. The suspension is over.
Yeah, nigger brothers.
Yeah. Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga. And he's like, nah, I'm coming for you, niggers.
Nigger. I'm coming for you, nigger.
Yeah,
My daughter is too.
Yeah. But
did you see what the New Day say?
Nah.
They had a very polite but saying we don't fuck with you statement, and Titus O'Neil said the same thing. And God bless, because I really like the New Day, even though it's kind of ran its course, and I really like the Titus brand, Titus Worldwide. But yes, after both of them said that, yeah, they really about to break up the New Day. So Xavier Woods got to keep, hey bro, hold on to that up down check, because they coming for you niggas.
Yeah. Like, come on, fam. You guys about to job out to, like, if you see the New Day lose to the Ascension, then you know, yeah,
they're gonna be on 205. Kofi about to be the new cruiserweight champ, because you could tell like yesterday when I watched it, I'm like, okay, they about to do a heel turn with Kofi. Hopefully, get a title shot in a perfect world, because he was supposed to win it 10 years ago. But
how you know they're gonna do the heel turn? I didn't see it yesterday.
When you watch it, you'll see, just because he's having the attitude like, I'm sick of this shit, man. Put the tail on Kev. I'm sick of this shit, man. Put the tail on this nigga. He having that attitude and like, fuck these pancakes and all this Aunt shit. So he has his facial expression, but now that shit might be obsolete, because supposedly they said that Triple H said if anybody is against this decision, then that'd be bad for business. It's like, hey man, y'all just had y'all worst ratings ever last Monday. I think Roman Reigns and this push that your father-in-law is doing is bad for business, but hey, to each his own, brother nigger.
Well, and it's the wild thing. Someone brought this up. Is like wrestling and its fandom is more diverse now than it has ever been previously.
Absolutely.
So the thing about, and I know what y'all thinking. Y'all think Hulk Hogan said nigger once, and that's why he got suspended. And
5 times.
yeah, go look up what he actually said. Go look up what he actually said, because he basically got mad. His daughter was dating a black dude, and he didn't say black dude, you know, because that wouldn't have got him suspended. And
Nah.
then he was just like, yo, if she was gonna date one, she might as well date like an 8 foot tall one that played basketball and got $100 million. So not only was he racist, he was a racist gold digger. It's weird.
Karma a motherfucker, ain't it? Because his wife trying to sue him again.
Yeah, like, yo, man.
And then the nigga got married to a woman that looked, well, I'm about to say something problematic. But he got married to a woman that looked like his ex-wife. Well, and his daughter. Fuck it, I'll say it. And that looked like his daughter.
Well, no, you know, there's
Yeah.
that, and
Yeah,
then,
I'm not messing with it. We seen the photo.
but it's just wild. It's just like, yo, and I remember people was defending him like, yo, he just got upset, and it's like, I get upset too.
But
You know
right.
what I don't do? I'll start using racial slurs, particularly if I'm upset with people of a different race. I just don't do that. Like, I don't know how upset I would have to be.
I would just sing Drake, I'm upset.
Right?
Let's just do that because it's a nice little song. I've been upset too. I've never said any. I never said a racial. I never used a racial term. First of all, black people don't know, but we just heard terms. We don't really use them, and it don't flow with the tongue. Some of these racial terms that white people use to describe other races.
Yeah, they like real hard sentence stoppers. Like, I'm not going to start uttering them because it's in bad taste, and you know what they are.
Right, Gran
But
Torino had most of them.
yes, like that's why people like all this free speech stuff started, is when Gran Torino started, and he was like, yo, $1 million. It's like, you know what else? Clint Eastwood is Clint Eastwood. So we know that about Clint Eastwood.
Yes, he
If you
talked to the
like
cheer
that.
and pretended it was Barry Obama.
Yeah, and Clint Eastwood at least has where, like, I'm not about to sit here and say that's really Clint Eastwood. Eastwood did that in a movie. You want to do that in real life.
My thing is, who has said worse? Like he got caught. You sure Brian Knobs ain't said worse? I've seen Brian Knobs in person. He look like he love to say nigga.
Well, the thing is, Brian Knobs is smart enough not to say it in a goddamn interview. Because
And
I'm
that's all
certain
we saying.
yeah, like, look, man, I'm not sitting up here hating on you for, like, I don't love the fact that you're racist. I understand. And the problem is, the racism doesn't even reflect on the people he's talking about. It reflects on him. This is something I always tell my homeboys and my brothers, is that, like, racism upsets me, but it doesn't in a way like affect me in that way, because it doesn't reflect upon who I am. It reflects more upon you as the racist person. And that's the thing WWE has to figure out, is like, yo, this dude said some racist shit, and he like tried to, like, explain it away by saying, hey, we're all a little racist. Nah, we're all prejudiced. We're not all racist. And I'll even, no, you know what? I'll go further. Everyone is racist, but they're not racist in that way.
Right, because to a certain degree, I'm racist, but it's not like I can't stand this motherfucker. Like I can't be around him, and I don't want him dating whoever. Like it's never to that point. because I don't have time for it, and I don't think anybody should have time for it. But
Well,
when
that
you,
and I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, you good. I'm as we talking. I'm just looking up to see what Eric Bischoff is saying. So you go ahead.
Is like when I say everybody is racist, the thing I mean is like we grew up in America. We grew up in a society that has treated Native American people poorly and called them Indians and savages. And their remedy for Native Americans was trying to, like the mission projects, which was basically, trying to make house servants. And like hopefully they'll marry someone whiter and eventually assimilate into white culture and they'll phase them out genetically. We were in a country that had slavery and segregation up until about 50 years ago. We are 30. 20 years before we were born, people couldn't drink at the same water fountain.
At all.
We are, and we have never ratified any of this. We are a country during World War II that put Japanese people in internment camps because of Pearl Harbor, even though none of them had anything to do with Pearl Harbor. We just separated Latino family members and Central American people from their children because we thought they might be a threat. We have put a travel ban on Muslim countries because of Muslim terrorists. We have not put any type of ban or restrictions on young white men who have shot up everything. So this is a country that has never addressed any of its racial problems and is built on racial hatred, particularly when it comes to the advancement of white people and white people measuring their success within America is to look at black people or Latino people or any person of color and see if they are not, as long as they are not prospering in a way that, can make them more adjacent to us, then we as white people are winning. That's what I mean by everybody is racist, because we are in this racist society and we have never addressed it. And we are sitting here trying to figure out how to address it, and we never do. So this is why when racist stuff comes up, we say something, we condemn it, and then in a few months or years or weeks or whatever, we quietly usher it back in. This is not the first time it's happened. Don Imus called them young women who played basketball nappy-headed hoes. He got kicked off his radio show. He got another radio show shortly after that when everything was quiet. Who else did this?
Shit, the list too long. Howard Stern has made a career out of mostly doing this shit and talking to rednecks and still cooking.
Yeah, and the thing is, Howard Stern rocks with black people a little bit more than most people. The thing is, because I don't have like the energy for Howard Stern, because Howard Stern is always like shown a level of craziness that isn't mean-spirited or hateful. But who else is like, we've seen fashion designers like say racist things and they keep they're still popping. They still got, fashion shows in Paris where they're lauded and loved. We still got musicians out here who hate black music and they are still lauded and loved and welcomed anywhere. So it's not surprising to me that Hulk Hogan got welcomed back. Hell, we can just go to the World Cup. The World Cup was won by France.
Mm-hmm.
The best players on France they were born in France, but their parents were not. Their parents are all from either African or Muslim countries. And in France right now, they are adamant of trying to keep African and Muslim people from getting back into the country. So this is not something like, so when I see Hulk Hogan get let back in, it's really sad in one way, because when he got suspended all those years ago, I knew he was going to be back, because we never truly addressed racism. We just put a Band-Aid on it until we feel like the wound heals. And then when we rip it off, everyone's like, no, it's not. You didn't do anything. It's still broken. It's still broken. Don't put a Band-Aid on the broken arm. Just because it
Absolutely.
stops bleeding does not mean we have healed and repaired.
Absolutely, you're
But
right. I don't really have too much to elaborate else on that. It's you because it's a cycle and it continues over and over and over. If somebody else of any other ethnicity that's less that's dark, so to speak, they will not get the same opportunities as this person. I mean, it's not upsetting because at the same time, hey man, it's kind of quiet for them right now. Like I watch Extreme Rules, but me and you talk about ROH and New Japan and how if it wasn't for, I think Triple H is the reason for this happening, and it's like okay, maybe he looking at it from a business perspective. I get it, but at the same time, hey, bruh, we still remember the whole China not going to the Hall of Fame thing because of some shit you messed up on.
yeah, or her leaving the company because
Some
started.
shit you did. Dirty Mackin.
Yeah, yeah, and then not even being low about it, like almost like kind of rubbing her face in it. There's also that angle he had that one time with Booker T, where it
Booker
was
T was a thug and he went to prison and he came from a single parent household. It's like, yo, his father
yeah,
died when he was a kid, bro. And his mother died after that. And his brother Stevie had to watch them.
yeah, and it's like okay, so Booker is rocking with it. That's fine, but you can't sit up here. And not only that, this is WWE, where last year they tried to get over Jinder Mahal by making him the hated,
Arabic,
yeah,
race
the hated foreigner, and they put him against Shinsuke Nakamura, where he made fun of Shinsuke Nakamura's Japanese accent and all of that. The crowd itself chanted, "That's too far," and and they just welcomed back Hulk Hogan. They just welcomed back Hulk Hogan. So WWE, they don't learn because look, man, they've had opportunities. They're not. It's so weird. It's so weird being a wrestling fan knowing this. Like, it's so weird. And the
Well, if
thing
you
is,
basically just watching them, I think we grew up in the era, and not to cut you off my fault, but we grew up where we saw the stereotypes. Then we saw the guy now that's the highest grossing actor of all time, far as his movies go, they have grossed the most in history, became more than just a stereotype when he broke from a Nation of Domination. Then the leader of the Nation of Domination decided to get with a white guy and just beat the shit out of people and made it hilarious.
there's that, and it was even then. And he's very proud of his black heritage too. It's just WWE partly because of some awfully the family is and produce black person.
Right.
Like we really,
Right. And the Usos went from I'm rocking with the face paint to now they Uso Penitentiary, and that was dope, even though it perpetuated stereotype that dark people like to get incarcerated and these big Samoan dudes like to get locked up and they beat the hell out of people. And the worst thing about that, even though that was bad, they wore all white Air Forces. I ain't seen all white Air Forces since 2006.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's been quiet ever since we stopped rocking with Nelly. Like when we stopped rocking with Nelly, that's when Forces went out. The Air Forces became the wear my hug at shoe.
Not even that. Like you, if you had the all black joints, I'm like, yeah, you ready for combat. Like you probably from the west side of Chicago, but they had the
Or
all white joints
yeah, or you so dope.
in 2005. Like while listening to Young Jeezy,
Yeah, man. You had the 4X Pro clubs,
yeah, I
and
was rocking that, but I did not have no Air Forces. Oh yes, I did. I take that back. I had white and orange.
Okay, well you have two colors.
Right, that's just what off white color was like. That if you scuff them one time, throw them all away. But yeah, uh, all right. What? I had one more topic, but we could do this one last topic, then get up out of here if you want to. All right. Uh, yeah. I mean, if you got some other ones, go ahead.
I don't know what else. Oh, just one quick one. Uh, Donald Trump.
Bruh, do we? I'll rock it with you. If we want to end it out
Comes
that way,
to America's.
if you want
Huh?
to end it that way, we can. Cause I'm like, I don't. You know what? After a while, I tell people like, how do you keep talking about somebody that's just a dumbass? Like everybody that has a relative that's locked up, that keeps getting locked up, and you keep bailing them out. At that point, I'm not even looking at that person as a dumbass. I'm looking at you as a dumbass. America, y'all some dumbasses, especially y'all that be in them trailers or wherever you live at. That really thought this man's was hot. Man's gonna look out for you. Man's not hot. Man's not looking out for you. Man's looking out for the dude that could potentially, not be problematic, but that's his BFF. I'll leave it at that.
My my biggest thing with is clearly outside Western. Uh,
Right. God damn.
but I don't know. When it comes to the MAGA hats, they just got to admit that they're in an abusive relationship, and they don't want to break up.
Well, they ain't got to. The council gonna break them up because November, dude probably gonna be gone.
We're gonna see, man. Because everybody keeps saying like, "Oh, he gonna be gone. He gonna get impeached." And all that. I don't know if any of that's gonna happen. Like, he's in a the people who support him and the people who are in the same political party where he knocks the shit out of them and they justify it. Oh, he's just having a bad day. He's really hungry. Oh, he's stressed out about work. He says he really loves us. He tells us really nice things when you're not around. Like, I mean, okay, but y'all either in an abusive relationship or you're defending your pimp. You got to pick one. You are either a battered spouse or you're a hoe. I mean, hey man,
I mean,
at least the
this
hoe gets fucked.
it will look like America is too, and everybody that voted. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, man. But I mean, if you voted for him, you just look stupid right now. Like, there's no way you could justify voting for him after all of this and still be like, well, it was the better choice. Like, nah, man, you just messed up.
No choices was good choice, but I'd rather have somebody lie to me than tell me the truth in certain instances.
Well, here's the thing about Hillary that so it's so weird to me when people say like, it was no good choice or they were the same. No, they weren't the same. Let's say you thought Hillary was a liar. Hillary ain't never been caught lying. So you know what that means? She know how to get shit done. Trump been caught in a lie, and he don't even bother to try and cover up the lie. He just go to the next lie. You know what that means? He's Joe Pesci at the end of Casino, where Hillary Clinton was Joe Pesci at the beginning of Casino. Efficient, sneaky, very good at what she did. She made shit go away. Trump, he's the coked up Joe Pesci at Casino. He's not even worried about making shit go away. He's just on to the next thing. Fucking Sharon Stone. Not really, but that's basically what it is.
And making himself look bad continuously.
Yeah, man. But, I mean, hey, man. I don't feel like I look bad because when people talk about America, they don't put a black person or a person of color's face on it. They put a white face on it. So when they say America looks bad, I'm gonna say if you have a white face, unfortunately, you look bad.
Clearly. And that's why they keep calling the cops for every goddamn thing. It won't work this time.
Okay, so the Wash candidate of the week, if not the month, is whoever called the police on the guy who fouled him hard.
Yeah, that shit is just hilarious and just weird all at once.
Like, you called the police on the foul? You couldn't shoot for it?
That shit is
like, man, ball don't lie.
And then the 12 was looking like, bro, what happened? You called me for this shit? I bet.
Yeah, like, yo, if the police is really about it, and they really as wild as like this and that, and you really want blue lives, you really want this whole Blue Lives Matter thing to take off, start a campaign. Hey, stop calling us for this stupid shit. Right. I don't give a damn if you foul hard. Stop being soft.
Right. Ball up.
Ball up. Shoot for it.
Hit him with an elbow next time he come through the lane.
Yeah. Oh, this lady got access to a pool that she clearly got access to and you don't like it? Well, you know what? You better hop on Yelp and find your ass another pool.
Oh, yeah, they live on Yelp. I feel like demons live on Yelp.
Yeah, man. It's really weird that when you write reviews on Yelp, like, you know, I think people be looking for the 1-star places at certain times. It's really weird. Like, I understand we all have bad experiences at restaurants, and that's not to discredit anyone's customer service or anyone's experience. But what is up with you 3-star people?
Yeah, they did not bring the napkins this way. I did not get the napkins.
Yeah. You're not Anthony Bourdain. Like, you just, if you leave a lot of 3-star reviews on Yelp, you are a serial killer. I feel like Kawhi might like leave a lot of anonymous 3-star reviews on Yelp.
Yeah, I'm gonna start speaking his name up. I'm gonna treat him like Marvin Harris. We're not gonna talk about him.
Yeah, that was another very quiet man.
Exactly. And then we found out he kicked that thing on him too.
Yeah. I'm not trying to slander nobody, but you know, quiet. That's all I'm saying.
And that's all I keep saying. I think he got that thing on him.
And he might. He drive a 97 Blazer. It's a lot of room in there for a lot of different utilities.
And the body's under his floorboard. Yeah, bro. We're gonna get up out of here. I don't have who's my watch candidate. Oh yeah, before we get up out of here, I do have a watch candidate. I'm about to say, do I have one? No, I do have a watch candidate.
Who's your watch candidate?
I want to go with Faith Evans. We
didn't even talk.
Right.
We didn't talk.
I mean, it's not too much to think about just because we know what's up. Like, as soon as Big died, she kind of bounced back and got into another relationship. I mean, live your life, Queen. But damn, the savior in New York at one point is gone, and you just like, all right, moving on. And I didn't listen to the Dream Champs episode, but I mean, I don't know. The Hitmakers, the Hitman, they had some records, but goddamn, I swear Stevie J might be for real or Scott Storch or somebody, yo. He stayed bagging women that like I really want to be R&B or I've been in the R&B game, and I guess Faith was like, I want to get some of the love of hip hop bread. I'm pretty sure you
I'm
getting Biggie royalties as well as your own.
There's that, and it's just wild that. So okay, love is love. Love who you love. But what has Stevie J done that has told you he is not who he is on TV? Because if you see how he treated his baby mother of all those years and how he
Which
treated
one?
Jocelyn. Well, that's the wild thing. So the first one that showed up on the show that he stopped rocking with to rock with Jocelyn, and in the meantime, he was still cheating on Jocelyn.
Right, had her crying.
So yeah, and you know how terrible of a person you got to be for us to go from like making Jocelyn the villain of the show to like the hero of that relationship. like Like she started as a homewrecker and a hateful person, like a person you hated on that show because you were like, yo, Stevie J is doing Mimi wrong. And she is all about it. And then, you know, the stuff with Mimi where she had the sex tape and it was like, okay. But then you stay with Stevie and he's clearly, in between one season, I think he had a baby by another woman while he was marrying Jocelyn. So it was like, yo, this man has not learned anything because he keeps getting away with this. And that's not y'all fault particularly. It's just he finds people that will keep forgiving him like consistently. So when I heard, and I'm sorry I'm taking up your time.
Oh, you good.
When I heard he like married Faith
In Las Vegas.
Yeah, I was like, yo, there's two things going on right here. Or this is the only two things I can think at the moment. Maybe my thinking is limited. I was like, okay, Stevie J is really working on becoming a better person and he's really trying to live a better life and be a more faithful, committed man. No pun intended. Or Faith just really, and I'm starting to lean towards the latter because she married Biggie. Biggie was not a faithful man or not a very. He didn't make her happy. He didn't make her happy.
Let's not say enough where BK Tidal Wade tried to get us indicted too.
Yeah. He didn't make her happy, obviously, because he was still fucking with Lil' Kim and other groupies.
Charlie Buffalo.
Yeah. We know the names.
Right.
But and then after, he was trying to work it out with her at the end. He passes away, unfortunately, tragically, and Faith gets in a relationship with another dude. Like, what type of dude is going to sit up there and snatch you up while you are grieving over the greatest rapper we have ever seen? So, obviously that one didn't work out. I don't know if she had any relationships in between then. But then here comes the Stevie J one. And maybe they've been friends this whole time. But, yo, you watch that show and you think that dude, like, we like this how bad Stevie J is. Stevie J is so trash that we just like him for being trash now.
Right.
Like I can watch Stevie J and think, oh, Stevie J crazy, man.
He
got
the little facial expressions.
Yeah, it's like, yo, to go actually like, and this is partly because of how highly we think of Faith too. That bias as well. But That's why we're just like, yo, you went and married who?
Out the blue.
Yeah, like not you must be saying thinking Stevie Wonder, not Stevie J.
Right.
You
We'll
you
understand. If it was Stevie Wonder, I get it.
he's a musical genius.
Right.
Like or you marry Stevie B? Okay. I like that song.
Right.
Spring love, come back to me. Yeah, I get it. I can't think of any more Stevies.
Stevie Richards.
Stevie Richards, Job Squad, all day. BWO.
PW. Yo, have you seen Stevie Richards recently?
No, I haven't seen him since the Rights to Censor.
Listen, well, shit. I'll send you his Instagram. He had a lot of time on his hands. That man up here, been doing Bowflex or something.
Oh, it's like that now.
Swole as hell. Like, hey, I'm like, he need to get back in the game. He up here swole as hell, vegan swole as hell. I guess that's what he on that vegan hustle. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm out that. I done quit that narcotic. I want me a 4-piece right now.
Yeah, you better go get that spicy.
I don't fuck with spicy.
You better get the spicy, man. You gotta get the spicy life.
I told you I don't. I can't. I can do spicy to a certain extent. Then my goddamn, I start hiccuping. Like, bad digestive system, I guess.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Cause that's like, there's one thing, and we probably end it here. This might nominate me as like the wash candidate of the week. I remember at my old job we had a potluck.
Yeah.
Uh, one of the one of my coworkers said she was gonna bring Popeyes, and I'm like, oh, bet. So Friday comes, we had the potluck. The food is there. I brought macaroni and cheese. There's some other stuff there. I get to the Popeyes. I put the Popeyes on the plate. I'm like ready for this. I get the chicken thigh because I'm like, I don't want to look overzealous taking a breast or a wing too early.
Right.
So I take a chicken thigh. I'll be modest with it. I take a bite, and I'm like, man, something is missing. Like it's flavor, it's juicy, it's hot. It's like, and it hits me, and I just look up at her. I'm like, is this mild or is this plain? And she's like, yeah. Why? I was like, you didn't get spicy, and I said that loud. Like I realize I'm shouting at this point. And thankfully, a couple of my other coworkers was like, wait, you didn't get spicy? What are you doing? In that moment, when between saying you didn't get spicy and biting into the chicken, I wanted to fight her. Like, legitimately fight her, like, throw fists. Because I felt disrespected.
Especially if it's a thigh. If it's a breast, like I don't. That's too much spice. But if it's a thigh, let alone a wing, which is not that much meat on it, pause. You like, yo, this ain't spicy. I'm fighting.
Yeah. And I was just like, yo, who? I mean, I finished the chicken because, I just don't leave
Wasting
uneaten
food.
chicken.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. But it was just like, it was disappointing. It was such, it ruined my potluck experience because I didn't have spicy Popeyes chicken. Like, I'll give it to her. It was hot. She found a way to keep it hot and crispy, and like it was fresh out the grease. So I was like, oh, okay, bet. And then took that bite, and I don't really want to relive this moment anymore. So I'm
I
gonna
could
just
tell
stop.
you having like a smart flashback, like, and just
Yeah,
disappointed.
I haven't gotten over this. I see.
I could tell
I,
now. I had to go get hot sauce.
yeah, she didn't bring hot sauce. Let's
Yeah,
get out of this moment.
yeah. We'll end
Um,
it right there because that's just
yeah,
depressing.
yeah, that's really sad. You know what? She's the watch candidate of the week. Um. Anyways, yeah, it's been episode 11. I don't know how long we gone.
A little over 2 hours, but it's fine. She didn't even have Red Rooster. I'm just upset at this point. We we
Let's
def, we definitely ended on that. Don't bring me no
yeah.
Tapatio or no bring me Red motherfucker Rooster or Crystals.
I'm. You know,
I'm upset.
it's yeah,
I'm upset. But all right,
yeah.
episode 11. We out here. Damn, we've actually been doing this every Wednesday now. I guess we just continuously doing it every Wednesday.
I guess so. I guess that's the thing now.
Right, while you driving, and then we'll get back in the studio eventually. But it's crazy. Yeah, we've been doing this every Wednesday. And for the first time in the 3 weeks we've been doing this, I haven't watched 205 while we're doing this. I haven't watched anything, but I'll be watching 205 live later on.
All right. Let me know how that goes.
Definitely will. But we'll talk to y'all later.
Yeah, y'all take it easy.
Peace.